Now, our next guest is Don Virgilio with Batteries Plus, and we're talking about batteries not just for cars, but batteries that for everything you own under the sun. I can't imagine anything they don't carry there. But the quality of this business is so far above and beyond any other battery organization anywhere in our surrounding communities that we really want you to get an idea of why you don't want to go anywhere else for a battery, period, of any type. So it is really an honor and a privilege to have back on our show Don Virgilio with Batteries Plus. Thanks for being here today.
Hey, thanks, Mitch. Thanks for having me back.
Well, one of the things that I love is the story of your history and the progression of your growth, because it really spells out quality for a business to have expanded as fast as you have. So tell us a little bit of the history of your business in our community.
Sure. We opened up our first store in Reno behind the Olive Garden on South Virginia Kitsky back in 1999. We felt that there was a unique opportunity for us in this area. There was nothing really like it at the time, and so we felt that we'd have some success just opening the store, and wanted to be honest and customer service oriented, so we could make sure that we grew, and that's a big deal at Batteries Plus. And we were surprised how well it caught on. Shortly about 2 years after that, we opened up a second store in Carson, 1400 South Carson Street, and maintain that same commitment to honesty, integrity, and customer comes first attitude with not only from the ownership down, but all the way down through the employees. And it's worked really well. And prompted the opening of our third store in Sparks. It seems like it was yesterday to me. It was about 2 years ago now, but it seems like it was just yesterday that we did the third one.
And that one's on Prater and McCarran.
Prater and McCarran, right next to Joe Bob's Chicken Joint.
And, I think it's a real testament to a quality business to have that kind of growth. And I challenge anybody that's ever bought a battery to go in, because this time of the year, I'm sure there's a lot of people that right now are finding dead batteries from the winter, and we'll discuss why that happens in a minute. But I challenge anybody to walk into your shop and see the level of service that they get. And I'm thinking you attribute most of this growth to that commitment, that service quality.
Absolutely.
So describe, because I know this, I've had this experience, and I won't go anywhere else for a battery, period. And describe the process somebody can expect, because they've already had, when they come to you, they're usually already a little bit upset because of the inconvenience of finding out that the car didn't start, for an example.
Right. Or everybody that comes in, whether it's for a car or anything else, they have a problem. And this is what I preach to all our employees is, we're not necessarily battery salesmen. We're problem solvers. The only thing I like about a problem is fixing it. And everybody that comes in the shop has a problem. And so we already know they're maybe slightly frustrated, or their car took them an hour or two to get here. They had to jump it, flag someone down, call their brother or whatever to get down to us. And we try and make it as simple and as painless as possible and quick.
Let's talk about that process. What can they expect when they walk through the doors? Let's start with the vehicle, automotive batteries, because you're going to do so much more. I'm going to have you get into that in a second. But what's the process like?
Well, the process is you'll either come in or pull up on the side of the building, and we'll see you. We'll come out there, and we'll ask you a couple of questions. What problems are you having? How old is your battery? Do you know? That type of thing. And we'll begin some free testing. Testing is always free. We'll test your alternator at no cost, and we'll load test the battery. And we do this in front of you, and we consider that very important. We don't send you up front and test your battery with, and then come back and just have you believe whatever we're telling you. Although we are a very honest business, we feel it's important to explain the testing process to the customer, show them the machine, show them how it works, show them the results that we expect on a passed battery and the results that would display on a failed battery, and test it in front of them, and then give them the options. If we have a higher cranking power battery or a different size battery, something that would be an improvement, we can give them those options. They give us the go-ahead, and we send them up front, and usually by the time they're done paying, we've got their battery already installed, and they're on their way.
And that's happened to me. And each time that it's happened to me, I'm still completely spellbound, because like you said, the process, first of all, many shops, just to inspect your battery and load test it, are going to charge labor time for that. And it can vary from a half hour to an hour just to get you into the shop, get a mechanic under the hood, and to do that. So you're saving the money right there. I think one of the most brilliant parts about it is that your battery prices, and I did some homework before I bought my first battery from you, were better. I mean, they were very competitive, and the service unparalleled. Both times that I've been in to do an automotive battery, the battery was in before I could complete at the front counter checking out. It was just unbelievable. So when you talk about a consumer that's already frustrated and that you get them in and out and back out on the road and the relief starts, I know that personal relief of being back out on the road and that's over, and feeling good about how smooth that part of it went. So let's talk about the types of batteries you offer, because I don't know if the plethora of batteries is even deep enough of a description of the types of batteries you carry. So if you can, try to name them all.
Sure. Well, we get asked this all the time. We have batteries for just about everything. We don't specialize in one type of battery. We do just about all of them. We have car and truck, boat and RV, power sports, motorcycles, snowmobiles. I have batteries for your kids' Barbie Power Wheels in the back. We've got cordless tool batteries, cell phone, laptop, camcorder, digital camera. I've got batteries for exit signs. I've got batteries for UPS systems. We have batteries for GPS, MP3 players, iPods, you name it. If it takes a battery, watches,
rechargeables.
Absolutely rechargeable, AA's, AAA's, all of your regular household batteries. We have them all.
And you mentioned something I thought was noteworthy you have a special going on with the watches today.
Yeah, right now we are running a watch special. It's $4.99 per watch. That's valid, and that's battery and installation. We can usually install watch batteries while you wait. No watches valid at more than $200, please. No $10,000 gold-plated, diamond-encrusted watches. We're not jewelers. We're battery guys, but we'll take your average everyday watches and put a new battery in them and do it while you wait.
Well, and I think one of the beautiful things is I've experienced, again, this situation where I had a battery and several years had transpired and I started to have a problem starting my car and I couldn't find my receipt. And I I think a lot of our community right now go, oh, yeah, I've done that where I just couldn't find the receipt. So there goes any possibility of getting any credit on that warranty because I don't even remember exactly when I installed it. Maybe even where. But one of the reasons I remembered where I installed it was that service, that level of service. But you track all of your batteries. So all I did was called up and said, I don't know, I'm just taking a shot in the dark. Is my information on file? And it was. And you took care of it. And I wound up with about a 75% credit on my battery instead of having to pay for a whole new one. And had it in and out in minutes before I could even finish paying the pro rate. My battery was already installed. I mean, just extraordinary. Well, the level of service that you provide, how do you maintain that?
Well, it starts obviously with the employees that we hire, and I feel we've done a pretty good job of hiring a good crew that's been with me a while. My manager, Alex Jensen, he's been with us since we opened the doors almost 13 years ago. We've got my commercial sales manager, Wayne Long. He's been with us probably about now 6 years. Most of the average length of the employees through all three of my stores has been usually over 3 to 4 years. And we and it's easily said, but not easily done. We want the best customer service that we can. And that's evident in every day we have people that bring us in batteries that are good. They don't know that. They have a problem and we can test their batteries many times and we have no problem saying, hey, you don't need a battery today. And they walk out the door happy.
You mentioned this because this time of the year, people are going to go out and start up some of their summer sports or RVs or fifth wheels or whatever it is that they have batteries for. And they're going to go, uh-oh, it's dead. And their immediately thought is, well, it died over the winter. I might need a new one. But you said that they can bring them in and they could bring 10 batteries to you and you'll load test them all for no charge.
Absolutely. We test batteries for free. There's never a charge to test any batteries. The only thing you may need to give us is time. If you bring me in batteries that are discharged, I may need to keep them, depending on the size of the battery, what it is, like an automotive or a deep cycle or something like that. I may need to keep it a day or two to analyze it and verify that it's good or bad. And again, we do that for free. We also test smaller batteries for your cell phone, for your digital camera. Again, usually takes time. Rechargeable batteries will take time to test. We can test non-rechargeable batteries immediately. But instead of figuring that, hey, my motorcycle won't start, my RV batteries are dead, let's make sure, batteries, Mitch, they're part of a system. You could have all kinds of things that are wrong, but it reflects in the battery. Just because your car doesn't start doesn't mean it's the battery. So we can help you figure out exactly what your problem is.
Well, and I think also this time of year, people are seeing more of it. What do you attribute the number of batteries that you see this time of the year coming into you to?
Oh, by and large, it's non-maintenance in the off season. Especially in Reno. we see it a lot with motorcycle batteries. People ride in the spring and the summer, and then they put their bike in their garage for 6 to 8 months out of the year, and it just sits there. And batteries, they discharge on their own over time unless you maintain them. And so we just find most people are bringing out their RV for the first time in 6 months, or their motorcycle, or their ATV, or whatever, or a car they only drive when the weather's nice. And unfortunately, just haven't maintained it, or they're just not aware that you have to maintain a battery, and we can help them, in future, because you don't have to buy a battery every year.
Right, and on top of that, you carry some of the things that could help them maintain it through that winter, and you can help educate them if they just come in and see you.
Absolutely.
And again, the locations and phone number.
Well, our flagship store is in Reno. That's on 4898 South Virginia Street, right on the corner of South Virginia and Kitsky behind the Olive Garden. Their phone number is 825-0566. Our second store in Carson City, that's at 1400 South Carson Street. Their phone number is 884-056. And our newest store, Sparks, on the corner of Prater and McCarran in Sparks, their phone number is 331-0566. You can also find all this information on our website at www.batteriesplus.com.
And if you want to check out the integrity of our show, visit this business, and you'll understand that what we say is what we mean. We're delivering one of the finest quality businesses in our community to you. Just visit them, and you'll know. Thanks for being here. Don Virgilio with Batteries Plus.
Thanks, Mitch.
Hope to have you back again real soon.